Hi there, welcome back to the channel. If you're learning to drive or you just want to get into some good habits before setting off, then this is the video for you. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the notifications and like this video. Right, so let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to be going through the simple but the essential routine that you need to do before moving off. Not just for your driving test, but for just everyday driving. This routine is called the DSSSM or the DSSSM. Let's start with the first D, which is the door. So before you go anywhere in your car, you first of all need to check that the door is closed properly. Now, in modern cars, you'll see a warning light come up on the dashboard if the door is not shut properly, but this is only after the ignition's on. So it's a good idea to do a physical check, make sure that all the doors are closed properly, including the boot. You don't want to have loose shopping falling out the car, and also if you have children in the car, you need to make sure that the door is closed properly. Next is the first S. So you need to adjust your seat to make sure that it is comfortable and that your leg just has a slight bend. To do this, put your foot all the way down on the clutch, all the way to the floor, and it should just be comfortable. Shouldn't have to stretch your leg too much. Also make sure now that your headrest is also level with the top of your head. That will provide the best support in the case of an accident. Okay, your hands should be able to just be comfortable as well, so you might have to move this part of the seat backward and forward, so just make sure that your arms have just a slight bend in it and that is comfortable when you put your hands on the 10-2 position on the steering wheel. Then the next S is the steering wheel. Okay, so most cars will have a lever that you can adjust the steering wheel to move it up and down. So you need to make sure that you do this. You should be able to see the dashboard of the car clearly. If not, you can move it down and just make sure that your hands again are comfortable on the steering wheel and that you can keep your hands in 10-3 position with just a slight bend. Next S is the seat belt. So you need to make sure that you just grab the buckle of the seat belt, make sure it's not twisted, all the way across and plug it in. And not just your seatbelt, you need to make sure that all the passengers in the car, children, have all strapped in, that they've all got their seatbelts on. Most modern cars now as well, if someone's not wearing their seatbelt, it's going to be sending off a warning sound. So it's quite difficult to drive without the seatbelt on, but especially for your test, you don't want to drive off on your test and then that noise is going off and you realise that you forgot to put your seatbelt on. And finally, you have 3 mirrors. You need to make sure that you adjust these mirrors before you start driving. You don't want to be driving down the road and then realise that your rear view mirror is not quite correct and start adjusting it whilst you're driving. Make sure that you do this before you set off each time on each journey and also before your driving test. So the first mirror is the rear view mirror. Make sure that you can see clearly out the back window. Adjust it if necessary. You have your right wing mirror. You should be able to see clearly down the side of the car and just be behind you. Same with your left mirror. You need to adjust that so that you can just see just down the side of the car and it gives you the best view on the left hand side. So you just adjust these mirrors however it needs to be done in your car, either using the switches or the levers on either side of the car. Extra checks that you can do before you move off. Make sure that your handbrake is on so that you're not rolling anywhere when you start the engine. Make sure that the car is in neutral as well so that it doesn't jump forward if you've left it in first gear by accident. Make sure as well that you are checking your mirrors, checking all around before you move off, that you signal and then you check your blind spot just before you go. So there you have it. That is the routine that you need to do before you move off to make sure that you're doing everything correctly and safely, called the DSSSM, which stands for doors, seat, steering, seat belt, and then mirrors. Follow this simple routine to make sure that you move off safely and confidently every single time. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you for the next video.